What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, redoptionagency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. Is that working yet again? Redoption agency. I tried it, changing things up again to see if it'll work. And my only guess is eBay changed something that, hey, it's working. Yes. That eBay had changed something that, for some reason, the URL wouldn't, maybe it was Network Solutions. I don't know. But it's working again, so that's all that matters. So before we get started, question. Just something I thought of as I was gathering myself today and pulling. How much does resellers on YouTube skew the actual reselling business? Meaning, if you have more success on YouTube, how does it skew the content they're putting out about being a reseller? Oh, I'll just brainstorm while I ship. But anyway, so today is Tuesday morning. So let's get into that. Boing, 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 boing. So the weekend was just a mess, as I said in yesterday's little video I did. Then yesterday up until, it was doing all right until the evening time. And it started getting really slow, so I decided to go ahead and start the transition of what I planned on doing at the beginning of the next month. Figured, I might as well turn off my sales now. So I turned off my sales. That was an offer, but it's being delayed today, it seems, coming through. So I turned off my offer, or my sales. So nothing's on sale. The only thing that's left is the free shipping if you buy 2 or more media, and then the hats and the t-shirts and the lighter categories. $5 shipping if you buy 2 or more, as opposed to say $5.50 for hats, $5.50 for a t-shirt. If you buy 2 or more, it's $5 flat shipping. So I want to try to really push those going forward. The bad thing is the way eBay's set up nowadays. Why is that offer not coming through for some reason? The way eBay's set up these days is there's really no bright way of showing, and I've said this many times before, of showing the customer that, hey, if you buy 2 or more, you get free shipping, unless you click on the item. When you click on the item, it'll be in the upper part of the page. But in order to get their attention, and that's where the problem lies, because if people are shopping by lowest, you're obviously not going to be in the mix, because people are doing like $5.99 with free shipping. Well, I can top that by, well, I'm not going to top it, but I could. But so as low as I'm going to go is $5.99 shown, unless there's like a 10% off sale or something. But so I'm competitive with those prices if you buy 2 or more. So trying to figure out a way to get that dominance out there is very hard, because the only thing that shows up in the red on the side when you're scrolling is coupons. 10% off, use a coupon code, blah, blah, blah. Courtney, she came down today. Hi. And there's no coupon for free shipping. So, yeah. So I'm going to play around with that for the next 30 days and see if I can get more multi-order sales that way. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. It's just hard. So I'm going to go back from my $9.95 price point, dropping back down to the $5.99 price point, and try to focus that and get more of those sales. Well, I don't know. It's not set up in a nice little way to make that possible. That offer still hasn't come through on my Hotmail. So there's some kind of delay going on with at least with that one. But so yeah, I'm going to play around with it. And since things are rolling, I don't want to say rolling, since we just had a horrible weekend, they were starting to be a little bit more stable, more consistently. Seeing if I can utilize that to my benefit and get back up to 70 plus items sold every day. So, yeah, for some reason that is not coming through. So I really can't say I had no sales between 12 and 5. So 5 hours with nothing, and then actually 7 hours with only 2. But I turn off my sales, so everything's a little bit higher priced right now, so that's a deterring factor too for my store. So, but let's see, yesterday made it up to $603, I had like 450 or so for most of the day. And then it sat there for, I don't know, probably like till probably like 8 or 9, I guess. And I turned off my sales and stuff, I think about 7. I'm like, if nothing's going to be coming through. Because I think I went about 4 or 5 hours at that point with no sales. So I'm like, well, something's going on. I'm going to go ahead and just start the process now. Might as well. And then if anything does sell, it'll probably sell more at full price. So that might jump my numbers up a little bit higher than they would have if the sales were on. So I ended up with $603 yesterday. The number of items sold yesterday was 38 items, 26 promoted, 12 organic. Still up 7.9% in the last 31 days. For the month compared to last month, we are still, hopefully still up. Still up 9%. But my net sales are down 3.5%. But I just had all my outside ad fees come through, so that could have taken that number down. So you get a true number at the end of the month. This morning we were at 8 a.m. Actually, when I got up to feed the dogs at 7, I actually stayed up. Yay! Felt refreshed because I slept in yesterday. I slept in a lot. So I started to lay back down today. And I'm like, no, don't make it a habit. You feel fine. Go to work. I'm like, okay. So 8 a.m. this morning, I'm at $98. So not a bad start I kind of like the items not being on sale. So I might play more with other buy two and really save. I thought about throwing it across the board, like buy 2 or more items, get free shipping, period. I thought about playing that throughout the whole store and just making that my store thing. Because as prices go up consistently on shipping, we have to find a way to battle that. And keep raising the prices is only going to hurt you in the long run. Like I said, the road they're on, the USPS and eBay, is pushing small sellers or small items, making them basically worthless to sell online unless you figure out a way to do it. So one of the ways, basically changing with the times, like you got to do consistently anyway. So one of my new ways is going to be figuring out a way just to do free shipping if you buy 2 or more items. Then in theory, you'd move more product. Sure, you might be making less per item, but you're moving more items, and that could help within the algorithm itself and at the end of the day, bring in more sales, in theory. Who knows? And the P to the Wee is here. What is up, Fluffy Face? What's going on? Got your meds this morning. Since we upped the meds, he still has had no seizures. So that is good. So I think we're on, 3 weeks now? And I think I finally got him fully trained in the front yard to not go outside the boundaries. Oh, don't lay there. I know you like laying on my feet. You'll be all right for now. So yeah. Figuring out a way to really make that pop in my store to get attention is going to be the hard part. So, doing it store-wide may be a way to go. I'm kind of leery on it with heavier items that would cost $10 to $15 to ship. Because then somebody might buy that item and then buy a $5.99 CD to go with it to get the free shipping. And basically the CD would be paying for the half of the shipping. So maybe I only do certain categories of things that are under $10 to ship. If I can do that for them. For like some of the categories, I couldn't really do that. Like home, it's got a mix of everything in it. So I don't know. Something to think about and work on and figure out how I want to do it. And what would actually work. Doing it and it actually working is two different things. If nobody knows you're doing it, if you open a store on a street with no traffic, nobody's going to know you exist. So that's where the challenge lies, trying to figure that out. All right. So let's see. Questions and comments. All right. First up, eBay is going to put themselves out of business with the AI detecting counterfeits. Only eBay is acting like the counterfeit police. The same items eBay took down from my store are selling strong on Amazon and Mercari. Only eBay seems to care if they are legit or not. Yeah, the AI is definitely, like, it took down all those hats because I had to unbrand it in the category on a Budweiser hat because the hat is technically unbranded. So I had to go back and change all those and put Budweiser as the brand, even though that's not the brand of the hat. So we know that's one of the issues. When it comes to the purse, I saw a comment, which I kind of thought yesterday, is maybe it looks like an expensive purse. So, but I don't know purses well enough. So that's why I didn't raise too much of a stink about it or anything. I didn't call them and say, hey, what's going on here? It wasn't nothing against my account. So that's at least the positive out of it. All the while, eBay has millions of counterfeits being sold by Chinese accounts without a worry in the world. Ain't that the truth? Every time they have removed from my store for being counterfeit and still for sale on eBay just by Chinese and California accounts. I can give hundreds of examples. I don't think they're going to put themselves out of business, but they have definitely hurt themselves over the past 2 years. That's 100% truth right there. They've definitely hurt themselves. James, I know it sucks to have these taken down, but at least we have to look at it this way. They are taking down things before they hit us with not counterfeit crap. I guess it's preemptive. I'd rather them take it down pre, not post. Yeah, that is true. But it just sucks that we, got to learn the rules of the game on our own, like when it comes to those hats. If I wouldn't have figured it out and shared it, we would have been still scratching our heads because they're not going to tell us. That's my biggest thing with eBay is they don't tell us. They have no communications with sellers at all about what the hell they're doing, How it may affect something, nothing. And we have to figure that out ourselves. That's my biggest complaint with eBay. Here it is. James, it could be because the unbranded purse has a lot of similarities to a Hermes purse that costs around $10K. Just my thought. So, yeah, that thought kind of entered my head that maybe it looks like something else. Let's see. James, we had a terrific weekend of sales. Been selling on eBay for 11 years. It's sad that eBay is more interested in running commercials for eBay Motors when the site is hurting for traffic. I got to figure out what's going on right here. Hurting for traffic and sellers cannot afford to use external ads. I have never seen it so slow on eBay, but we will keep on working and listing items. Lots of sellers are dropping off the platform and new sellers starting on board. We'll see how hard it is to be a full-time seller. Keep it up. Hopefully it gets better. Definitely is getting harder for people. There's a lot of people who's dropped off, who hasn't been able to stick around, and for various reasons. I think the biggest one for the first round of people that fell off was because it was easy during COVID years to get COVID money. And then it turns into a job. Then you've got to work. So when it turns into a work, then that's where a lot of people is going to drop off because they don't see this as a job at the time. It was more a supplement of an income, basically, during COVID. And if it turned into something, then so be it. But I think a lot of people, you got to have a different headspace, I think, to be like an entrepreneur, if you will, i.e. starting an actual business. You've got to have that drive, that dedication, that work ethic to do it, which kind of will lead me into my thing about how does YouTube kind of add to and or take away from that. Been having a lot of bogus returns the past few days on eBay. I hate the fact that eBay always sides with the buyers, even when it's clear that it's the buyer's fault. There are people selling hand over fist because they pick up only items with high sell-through rates. And there are people who pick up items with high sell-through rates are still having a problem moving because of certain eBay accounts. So, yeah, it's not just the items. And these people can be selling hand over fist one day and literally nothing the next day. That's the problem, the inconsistency with the website right now. All right. Let's get to shipping as Peewee goes into his little stockroom cold floor spot. I don't know what's bothering me right here in my joint. And I use this one for everything. I'm right-handed plus the mouse and stuff. So the fact that this one's messing up is weird. Just painful. Not painful, just an achy discomfort. Like, what's going on in there? Like squeezing on those joints. Ow, like just squeezing this one here just hurts. Does feel a little bigger. Maybe that's just me. Because it hurts. Trying to see if there's any kind of swelling or anything. I don't really see any. I don't know, just bone ache. I've been having like bone ache problems. I've been really cutting back on the caffeine. So I've been feeling really, and then like for some reason my bones are aching at night. I'm like, what is this? It's almost like restless leg syndrome, but throughout my whole body. So I'm flipping and flopping. So I'm trying to take a balance, kind of wean myself off the Coke Zero. But on days I need caffeine, but I'm trying to do it in a way where I make sure I have my water bottle there. So if I'm just taking habit drinks, it's my water bottle, my flavored water. Get the little Crystal Light packets, strawberry lemonade or pink lemonade, put it in my water. It's very hard for me just to drink plain water. I have to be like dying of thirst or exercising before I can just drink. I can't just drink plain water standing there working. It just doesn't work. Purchase shipping labels. Let's go. No international overnight. So yeah, my thought was like I see some new YouTubers popping in, like with like success out of the gate on YouTube, which is great for them, right? But how much is that going to skew their reselling business? And then I got to thought, if my channel all of a sudden blew up, how would it skew my reselling business? So my thought was like, if a new person's just starting out, say within a year or even 2 years, and then all of a sudden they got a boom boost on YouTube and they're making this YouTube income at this high rate, then what kind of misinformation may come out in that YouTube content, because they don't have to put in that effort, into their business, because the YouTube would be part of their business. So things can be skewed and not projected properly, if you will, because you can just write things off a lot easier because you make YouTube money on top of it, right? So you could, I don't know, not just take more chances, but have more fails and not report it, or not report it properly, bringing disinformation. So I was thinking about that kind of stuff, going, okay, if all of a sudden tomorrow my YouTube channel took off and I got all these views, got all this money from YouTube, what would it change about my business? Because believe it or not, no matter what you say, it's probably going to change people one way or another. First up, we got, are you ready for a hat lot? Yeah, 2 unknown R logo hats. Sold for $13.50 a piece. Headed to Rockaway Park, New York. So I'm like, James, how would that change your business? And at first I'm like, it really wouldn't. And I'm going, no, think about it, because chances are it's going to, if that did happen, it's going to change something. What would it change for you? If all of a sudden you were making this huge amount of money on YouTube. I think the first thing with me is, you guys know, I fill you in on the separation of YouTube money and eBay money, so you get a clear picture of what's coming in on both revenue streams. Like right now, before I started really back into the videos, taking that little bit of time off, I was making about $700 a month. Where now I should be pushing $800 or $900 for a month. So the next month should be about $900. So I think if people are open about, if you're going to be doing reselling content on YouTube, the YouTube has to be, and YouTube is a part of the reselling content because you're getting paid and it's going into your reselling business account. I think first and foremost, you have to be 100% open with This is the money from here. This is the money from here. So that it's not misleading to the viewer in any way whatsoever. Because it'd be easy to say, oh yeah, my reselling business made X amount of money, not saying 60% of it came from YouTube revenue or 75% of it came from YouTube revenue. So you definitely got to be open with that, I do believe. What I fear with like newer people that I see popping in like that is you're not going to get that work ethic necessarily. Because say there's someone making a YouTube video going to yard sales. And me and Jan was talking a little bit about this yesterday since yard sale season's coming up. I was like, if you're making $1,000 per video just going to yard sales and people watching what you buy, you don't even have to list that stuff. You can just freaking donate it and you've made bank. If you're making $1,000 videos and every video, however many you put out a month, you could be making bank acting like you're reselling when you're not even reselling this stuff. So that could be one of the the misinformation type of things going out there. So you see people buying XYZ and they're not even selling it, so you don't even know why they grabbed it, what they sold it for, et cetera, et cetera. So it could be kind of a misinformation thing on that front. But then it comes down to work ethic. If it's a newer seller who got surprise blow up on YouTube, then are they going to put in that effort to actually learn more, learn what to sell, learn how to be a better reseller? Or are they spending more time learning how to be a better content creator? And that could lead to misinformation, fooling the viewer, et cetera, et cetera. Elaine Fisher sweater sold for $20.60, headed to Middleton, Wisconsin. So I'm like, James, how would it change you? Would it change the way I resell? Would it change the items I resell? Probably not, because I enjoy the items I resell. Come on. So I'm thinking, the one thing I would probably change, I would hope they would change, would be I could take a guilt-free time off. Like, if I'm not working, I feel guilty for not working. So, like, if I had that YouTube revenue, then maybe if I decided to, when I do go bike riding, not feel guilty about it. If I go do something on the weekend, don't feel guilty about it. I think that would be the one thing I would try to make change in my life. To make sure I didn't feel guilty when I wanted to take a minute off. Because that would be I think somebody mentioned this on the channel a week or so ago about entrepreneurs feel guilty when they take time off. So that could be another thing too. If you are a reseller doing YouTube content, you blew up on YouTube, so you got all this money on YouTube, kind of equaling and or more than what you're doing on eBay. Does it eliminate that guilty feeling of not taking time off? Because especially if you're just starting out, I think that could be a bad thing. And over time, it might start hurting your business as opposed to helping your business. Because over time, people are going to start seeing through that. So, I don't know. There are a lot of viewers out there who want to act like they can see things that are not there, but true people can really see through what the creator is talking about or saying. Like when I first really started making all those videos and stuff, I'd have people coming on and saying, questioning everything I was saying, et cetera, et cetera. And then that kind of quickly went away because I feel I come across authentic. I mean, I talk about anything and everything. I can't think of anything I've ever hidden. So that comes through at the end of the day. Like that's one thing I don't think anybody will ever say about my channel or me, that I'm not, I'm not authentic with what I'm talking about. It's, I'm not trying to pretty things up just to get views or anything like that. So I'm trying to create that perfect clickbait title, though. That would be nice. That works every time. That would be awesome. Because then it would allow me to stop thinking about something that doesn't really matter. Or that I don't want to have to think about. Like I've been watching YouTube videos on creating better, or those videos that people put out on how to grow your channel, et cetera, et cetera. Most of them are just blowing smoke up your ass, right? But I'm just listening to them, just trying to find that little nugget of okay, maybe I'll try that. Like someone in a video I watched the other day said, as you're uploading your video, make sure you put the title in right then and there and your description. Where sometimes I won't put a title until after it's uploaded because I don't have an exact title of what to work for. So they're saying put the title in as it's uploading, because then eBay starts generating the pop for that video based off what you're putting in as soon as you start uploading it. I'm like, is that really a thing? So the last video I did do that. Let's see how it compared to others. So 1,100. That's not bad. And that was the middle of the day yesterday, not just yesterday morning. So actually that was probably pretty damn good. But of course my title is, well, eBay had a lot of issues this weekend, so it's kind of a negative feel anyway. Those always get a little bit more pop anyway, so. I'll try that one again today. Try to come up with the title before I upload the video. Oh, so like I'm trying to pick up little nuggets like that and see if it works. It's, and little tips that people don't really think about, and maybe some of these creators actually figured out. I got these pipe salt and pepper shakers. These sold for $9, headed to Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, just little things like that. So. Like for me, like I said before, the YouTube channel thing is like more of a game to me. Trying to get it to blow up with still being authentic, just making the videos because I'm working the business, so I don't have time to edit. With that, keeping that mentality, not trying to make it pretty fly for a white guy. You gotta keep them separated. And I'm not saying I would never edit. I'm just saying I don't have time to edit. Like if the YouTube, that might be another thing that might change. If the YouTube channel did blow up and I made all this money on YouTube, maybe I wouldn't feel guilty about taking an hour to actually edit a video. So yeah, I think that would be the key word, the key phrase if I made a lot of money on YouTube, where I've had 22 years reselling. And if all of a sudden I got this unexpected surprise on YouTube, I would be able to have guilt-free moments of doing other things, exercising, maybe edit a video. Not these videos, obviously, but I don't know, so I think it would just it would give me guilt-free moments in my life, where right now I don't have guilt-free moments. If I'm not working, I feel guilty. So guilt-free moments is how it would change me for sure. Is that the only way? I can't say. Would I end up having a cabin in the Smoky Mountains because of it? That would be nice. But Danielle. I don't know. I don't know. Gotta love the thought of income, though, with no, no fees. Well, I guess eBay or YouTube definitely technically takes fees out, but just money with less work put into it. That's just a cool thought. Anyway, got these kids Jordan shorts sold for $15, headed to Kennewick, Washington. I think that's, from my standpoint, I think that's what's appealing about the YouTube revenue. Is it feels like free money. Whoops. Because I'm not doing nothing but documenting what I would be doing otherwise. So it feels like free money. And that's the way I always kind of looked at it, is just bonus. What's up, little one? Little man. I'm almost done. Pretty short video, or at least items. Got a Lindenwood hat. Sold for $7, headed to South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, yeah, I would say if you are a new YouTuber in that position, train yourself to feel guilty if you're not working your business. And then you may not take... You'll take your business more seriously and may not let the YouTube income fog your vision if building a business is your vision. An actual reselling business, not a content creator business. Next up, we got another piece of that Barbie dream house, sold for $9, headed to Brooklyn, New York. And then I found some broken pieces of boxes, so I'm like, let's utilize those broken boxes. So I got this. pulled a piece off of another broken box because I got a little gap there. Drop the scissors. Never try to catch the scissors if you drop them. Unless they're like headed for a dog, and then try to grab them or knock them out of the way. I'd rather cut myself than cut my puppy. Rather cut myself than to cut my puppy. Sacrifice my hand to save my puppy. And I'm always looking at like the business opportunities. Like talked about Jan having the opportunity maybe to work in this small town as a pharmacist. And there's like 7,000 people who live in this town. And my thought was like, ooh, small town. How many barns or sheds are filled with stuff that I could resell? And I'm like, you're a pharmacist. Because being a pharmacist, when people are older, they're really thankful for their pharmacist for helping them out and giving them information. It's almost like, a helping hand to a doctor, if you will. And then knowing what meds mix with what meds and what you shouldn't take together and all that. So like older people are really appreciative for pharmacists. I'm like, you could become best friends with all these people in the small towns and get me into sheds, and I could be buying stuff that has been sitting for 40 or 50 years. All right, we got 19 by 13 by 1. 19, 13, 1. But I'm always thinking that way. Ways to get to those hidden gems in the world. Those items that's been sitting for 20, 30, 40 years, just waiting for me to find them. Next up, we've got some America Spanky sneakers. Sold for $30, headed to Gladwin, Michigan. Will these fit in a 12 box? Maybe. Let me go grab a box. Plastic bag. Two plastic bags.
Peewee, you're in my way.
All right. Let's see if I can get him in here. What kind of title can I come up with this to make people click on it? To make people who don't watch my videos click on it. I know you guys who hang around, who I'm thankful for all the time, will watch it anyway, but like if I put something like, are these eBay YouTubers giving you fake information or false information? Yeah, word it something like that. Make them think I'm actually talking about somebody. Who's he talking about today? Oh, is he gonna name somebody? Oh, I'm just here for the drama. There was no drama in this video. Thumbs down. 2, 5, 12 by 6 by 6. 7 priority, 646 ground. Antonio. Are these eBay YouTubers giving you false information, fake information? Might go something like that. And the last one, I packaged it up last night because I thought Adrian was going to ship it, so it's already in the box. It's a Dungeon Venture fantasy board game. Sold for $24. Headed to Louisiana, Missouri. For 8. So we gotta go 13 by 12 by 6. 13 by 12 by 6. My label printer got jammed yesterday and it took me forever to get it back working properly. And then I thought, where can I get a label printer right now if I needed it? And I'm like, I don't think anybody sells them in public anymore. So I think I'm gonna order me a backup just in case something goes wrong with this thing. I mean, I've had this thing for, well, this is an old one, so, and it's still going. So I never even thought about having a backup just in case. Who does this one go to? Skylar. Okay. Didn't write a name on it. So. Skylar. Antonio. So if you guys got any recommendations on thermal printers nowadays, let me know. I'm guessing there are some with Bluetooth that you can print off your phone, probably, now, I would think. So if there's one that does that and you can also plug it in to use the computer on, that might be something I'd be interested in. I have to see what's out there. I don't even know. I know what's actually worth the money. So, because I'm sure you guys have a newer one than I. This has been my like first and only thermal printer. So actually, I think I had the one before this that had the backing on it, which was real weird. So I got rid of that one pretty quick. So this one is at least probably 15, 17 years old. All right. And that is all. So 23 plus 8, so we're at 31 items going out. Got any international? within the last 24 hours, 4. So 35 items total going out today. Or I should say in the last 24 hours. Whoops, no, James, you're right the first time. All right, that is all for me. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And I get to start work early today. Yay. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Later.